It's trying. Did it go? Let's see. Again, I have no idea. I want to do this. I'm going to move that over here so you can see what I'm doing. It is working. Got it. Okay, great. Now I can see comments on the Tickety Talks. Awesome. And I just need to get rid of this. Perfect. So now I've got comments and reactions up. Great. I am doing this for archival sake. And you're wondering why I'm in the middle of the screen? Because I'm going to go to TikTok. I'm going to go to my TikTok. I know a ton of my TikTok has been compromised already. Like, most of it's been taken. It's a mess. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through, just like I did 2 other times before. I'm going to go through here and make sure that I have a record of this. I'm not going to rank these. Again, of course I think I'm hilarious. I wouldn't do this if I didn't think I was funny. I think I'm funny. I want to be around people who also think I'm funny. If you don't think I'm funny, then that's fine. Get out of here. But I love, like, making jokes. I love having people around me who enjoy having a good time, enjoy laughing at the absurd. Come on. What? No. What? Well, apparently I've already lost some videos, right? How is that? Wait, what? Holy cow. I've lost a ton of videos. That can't be true. My profile. Hold on, everybody. My oldest video. Okay, great. Thank God. My oldest videos are still here. And it still says I'm live. That's great. So what I'm doing is I'm going through my... Look at that. Look how much room I have on the top and the bottom of this thing. It's so silly. I would stream normally. Hey, Keegan. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for liking the live. So here's what we're doing. TikTok has started to restrict a ton of my content. A ton of it. So yesterday I posted 2 videos. One got 33 views. One got 0 views. And you're like, why am I so tiny? It's because I'm streaming this on every other platform. I'm streaming this on YouTube. I'm streaming it on Twitch and on Kick. So just hear me out. Here's the thing. I have posted this already. I think I'm moderately funny. Am I a stand-up like Keegan here? No. Thank you again for all the likes, Keegan. No, I'm not a stand-up. I tried it. I don't like it. I've tried it multiple times. It's not like I tried it once. I tried it a dozen or more times. I'm not good at it. All right. So this is the stuff that I do, right? I make spoofs and satire. So this one has 5,000.
Welcome back to this house. I'm going to show you how to put a fucking dish in the fucking dishwasher.
These dishes don't live here. They can go in this box that's in most modern day kitchens.
The trick is not to be lazy. What?
See, I had a TLC series. I don't know if you heard that. Keegan, can you tell me, could you hear that over the stream? I'm not sure if this works or not. But again, I wanted to know if people can hear I can hear it. Great. So the thing is, like, I make videos that I think are funny, right? This one's a good one too. This is early on. Look at this. I only had, let's see if I can zoom in. Look at that. See, I can zoom in. That's why I do this. You see, I'm zooming in. These are early videos. They did not do well. This one's privated, so it has 0. But this one I thought was hilarious.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a perfect cup of coffee. It all starts with the beans. Okay, so we're just going to... There we go. Very, very fine powder. You should have a very nice cup of coffee. Just enough to...
Oh my God.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a perfect cup of coffee. Okay. It all starts with the beans.
That was a much longer video, but that's part of my TLC series, right? Where I just completely make fun of the whatever. Again, it's not super hilarious, but, you know, it's probably worth 413 views. I agree. That one's worth about 400 views, right? It's not outrageously funny. But as I went through, I would start to get more and more, like this one, of course, who doesn't like The Simpsons? This
I don't
one
make trash.
This doesn't change. This has never changed. Every social media argument. It's just The Simpsons, right? And it has this It's Always Sunny soundtrack.
Burning.
Then I guess you're a garbage man.
Well, I know you are, but what am I?
A garbage man.
Oh, I know you are, but what am I?
A garbage man.
I know you are, but what am I?
A garbage man.
Takes one to know one. I don't make...
Classic jokes. They're so funny. Now I'm frozen. Do you think it's the... Oh, yeah, dude, I've been so unbelievably throttled. It's crazy. What I'm trying to point out is this. I started off with very low views, like most people do. Starting off with low views, actually, that's kind of a misnomer, because some of my first videos had 1,000, right? So I'm like, whoa, I can get 1,000 views. That's crazy. But then I'm like, okay, it started to balance itself out. And I was like, okay, a couple hundred, but still from somebody who came from YouTube, somebody who came from Twitch, somebody came from these other platforms. That was a lot of numbers. Because on Twitch, I would get maybe a dozen people, maybe at tops. Like I would top out on streams, maybe like just under 60. Like I wasn't getting much traction, but here I was getting several hundred with each video. They could be, I have no idea. It's 2022 is when I started, I think. Let's see when I started. What's my first video? 2022, 4/15. I was a young lad right after my birthday. So, oh, look at that. Right after my birthday. See, it got 1,000. That's huge. So I'm like, okay, this platform has some, if I'm posting things that it has that kind of legs, that's great. I'm doing much better with my videos on Instagram now, weirdly enough. Yep. So that's crazy too. Cause I have around 17,000 followers on Instagram. Is this even posting on Instagram? I have no idea. No. But I have 17,000 followers on Instagram, and they aren't. When I put up the Hello Beautiful stuff there, it does not track. Just a totally different audience. You are far more personable. Keegan, your content is much more down to earth, even though you're talking about stand-up comedy and stripping. It's definitely more relatable. Human being to human being. That's what Instagram's about. But when I put my animation stuff up there, it does not do well at all. So I have a big following there for me, but Hello Beautiful has no following. So I'm like, I'm not trying to promote myself. I'm trying to promote my work. So if I can't do it on Instagram, I have to stick with my stand-up jokes are terrible on social media. It's weird. It's really weird. I wonder if people are drawn just to like, again, your struggle with getting off of alcohol. Congratulations. You're probably on pushing day 70 at this point, or coming up on it. So congratulations on that. But that kind of story, I think, resonates far more with people on the social media. For me, though, trying to promote like counterculture, that doesn't work. I have a friend who is selling activewear, like all 100% natural activewear. And he's like, look at me. He started to get some traction. He's like, God, what the heck is... Hang on a second, I can just point it out. I don't know why I'm doing this. Instagram. I was like, I wish I had my computer in front of me. I do. Let's go to search. Let's go to active. Let's see. Sure, why not? Come on. What's her name? Jenny McCarthy just posted. I'm like, Jenny McCarthy? It's like, what is it, 2000? Is it 1990? I can't remember when Jenny McCarthy was big. She was probably big in the late 90s. But he was like all excited. He's like, I got Jenny McCarthy, and she's got all of these actress friends. And I'm like, and he named like 3 actress friends. And I'm like, I don't know any of these people. But I think that's the content that resonates more on Instagram. I'd love to sit down and chat to you about it, some strategies regarding the issue you're having, because I think about this stuff a lot. Of course, 100%. What did I say? Didn't I say you 70 days of alcohol? What was I talking about? Did I say? Anyways, never mind. I can't even remember. Like, here's the thing. Instagram, I think, is more for this. like personality, personas, right? Like this kind of, whether it be fitness persona or actors and actresses or whatever. It's like that's a good platform for that. For me, it's not. For animation, it's not. And what's killing me, okay, so 2022, I would get 1,000, get 500. This one was privated. So this one has 0 because it's privated. Hold on. It's privated, so I didn't even bother dealing with that. But most of these have a couple hundred views. Great. A couple hundred views. 711 views. Right? Whoa. Secret in him. The only ones that don't have big views are the ones that have blood in it. Like gore. I realized that early. You can't put blood. Because I think about what about my page? My Jimmy page? My For You page? Tell me, Keegan. All right. But like I was recycling a bunch of content. I was doing a bunch of filters. I was doing a bunch of stuff early on. Good Lord, I got to resurrect that series, the 2 Minutes of Hate. That was basically what the trap, the one where you said it's hard to get traction. Yeah. Yeah. So here's the thing. Oh, dude, just talking about it. Here's my Type 5 from 1999.
There are few things harder in life than watching you from 20 years ago trying to be funny. I want to die.
Yeah, watching old stuff on videotape, it's probably great that social media didn't exist for me back then. It's just painful. So painful going back through. Yeah, dude, I had some freaking great, like this one took a ton of work. This was during the big, the hell was that, Wordle? When Wordle was huge. I built this whole thing. This is all built in Keynote. But this is freaking...
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna...
So I did a couple of those. Those were great. Like this one, is this good? Yeah. Angry. Oh, it's frozen? You jerk. Come on, you can do it. It's still frozen? Okay. I'm ruining this joke. Good for you. Here we go. It starts off so positive. Concept, right? But, good Lord, it's a simple concept. But I built these keyboards too. Like number 2 in my fan club, you sent me a heart. Thank you. I don't know. I haven't got hearts in forever. We're just sending hearts back and forth. Sorry. But like I would build tons of assets thinking that these things were going to be picked up, like this whole series on TLC. I had a bunch of these TLC or PLC. It was Parent Learning Center. But I had a bunch of the assets built for that. Then that crashed and burned. I was spending a lot of time trying to make these professional. And that's what I thought was driving revenue. That's what I thought not was driving revenue. That's what I thought was driving traffic, is that I was making professional content. Hi, Neil. Our records indicate that you have recently canceled an appointment. I didn't cancel an appointment. When I make an appointment, I show up for it. Yeah, but I thought it was the quality at first. That was not it. That turned out not to, no one cares about quality on this platform. In fact, the worse the quality, the more sincere you come off. So I didn't even think about that. So then it was like, okay, I did the Secret of NIMH one. That did not do well. Just a couple hundred. They're all doing well. Everything over what I was getting on Twitch and YouTube was a success. Everything here. I'm like, holy cow, I got a couple hundred. Look at this. I got a couple hundred. I was excited about that. And then I would do Simpsons content. This is where the Simpsons stuff started. So I would do the one I showed earlier. It was this one. This one had 28,000, right? And then I did another Simpson one. This one had 2,000. So I'm like, people like the Simpsons. Who knew? And so some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community experience. Lord knows what those comments are. this again, then I started to try to do the back and forth where people talk to themselves. I thought this was a pretty funny one, but no. Hang on. Dude, I haven't seen you since last Friday. How was your weekend? Oh, you got it. Stop it. Stop. You're making this. This is terrible. Dude, I haven't seen you since last Friday. How was your weekend? Dude, it was a wild weekend. I woke up with a tattoo. Wait, what? A tattoo? Of what? I have no idea. But here, take a look. Dude, that's cancer. Yeah, it kind of looks like a crab. So a guy wakes up with a tattoo. I'm explaining the joke, but it's not. He thought he got a tattoo. He's like, man, I must have got a tattoo, but it was just cancer. And then he's like, well, it does look like a crab. Because I don't know. I thought that was a funny one. It got 300 views. Not very good. I enjoyed that one. I thought that one was funny. My favorite one. My favorite video that I did early on. 567 views. My favorite. This was one of my favorite. Dude, I love this one. It did not get any traction. It has never got traction, and it pisses me off. This one should have been huge.
Could I get the, shoot, I can't
Oh,
see it.
holy cow. I must have loved the It's Always Sunny soundtrack.
Could I get the, shoot, I can't see it. Could I have the butthole donut, please? We don't sell a butthole donut. It's round and has a hole in the middle. It's a donut. They all look like buttholes. It's, hang on a sec. Here, butthole donut. All right, a dozen butthole donuts.
That was, to me, that should have been my biggest video. It has 500 views, maybe? Does it have 500 views? 567 views. That's it. That video to me is hilarious because it was on National Donut Day. And I was just calling out, oh my God, it just zoomed in on my face. What are you doing to me? Stop zooming in on my face. Normal tracking, please. Zoom back out. Good Lord. You don't want to see me that fast. Yeah, freaking hilarious joke, I thought. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for sticking around, Keegan. But the thing is, like, why doesn't this stuff... So here's the thing. Not only was it National Donut Day, but I tagged Krispy Kreme on it. That should have given it a little bit of a lift. Then there was a couple things. So National Donut Day. I did the whole setup where I did different backgrounds for each. So I put a lot of time and effort into that. In fact, I even got the little hat from Krispy Kreme. So I actually put an effort into that one. And that hit 567. And I'm like, come on, man. That deserved so much more. That deserves so much more. So you can see my history here was like, okay, following trends. I'm going to use filters. I'm going to make little funny videos. This one I thought was great. This was like, here's the filter that shows you what you look like in 50 years. This is funny.
You can see when you treat me like that, when you treat me
I'll
like
be dead.
that.
How's that not funny? I'll be dead in 50 years. Like everybody was putting the 50, like, oh, look how old I look. I'm so old because everybody on this thing was like 18, like 12 to 22 years old. But I'm like, I'll be dead in 50 years. That's so funny. Then I made this series of being an alien. This one took forever. I made multiple of me being an alien using the alien filter, thinking that this would be huge. Where, yeah, dude, I'll have a foil, like basically making fun of myself through being an alien coming and abducting me and just ripping me apart. What's not funny about that? Apparently everything, because it only got 326 views. So that's when I went back to leaning heavily on The Simpsons, and boy, did that pay off. My upscaled, when I was doing these lives, doing upscalings, and that's just where I'm taking an episode of The Simpsons and scaling it to 4K.
Tonight on Eyewitness News, a man who's been in a coma for 23 years wakes up.
Does Sonny and Cher still have that stupid show?
No, she won an Oscar and he's a congressman.
Good night.
I wish I could
on
pause
Eyewitness
that. I can't.
News, a man who's been in a...
Okay. So the original, it's, traditional Simpsons. And then the upscale oh, it's just so much, it's so much sharper. You can zoom in and blow it up, right? So again, I was doing that so you could print on shirts. Heck, that graphic is actually used on my live streams. I use that graphic on my live streams all the time. So that's when I started doing more upscalings, because that was generating, hey, Demon King, welcome aboard. That's what was generating views. Again, trying to use filters, trying to bring people in here. This one, I have used this. This was my whole series of like me saying it. It eventually turned into Things I Love, but this was my biography. So I was going to make, in fact, I did make a series called With Apologies to Everyone. And it was the things that I screwed up. Heck, today is one of those. It's the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was a byproduct of this, where I basically said, I'm sorry for killing it. But yeah, this was my apologies. Like, I am apologizing for the things that I did wrong. Being man enough. This was 2022. I was man enough to do it. No, what, 500 views maybe? Wait, what is it? 300 views. Nothing. So I'm trying to figure out how this works. Oh, heck yeah. Keegan, if you're still there. Hey, don't worry, man. I didn't wake up that long ago either. This was crazy. Keegan, this was from what? 2000? Oh, I can't remember. Hold on.
We probably wouldn't
Terrible.
have made it if it wasn't for them hating.
And that's why I wear a hat, because I have a 5 head. I've got a Bob Odenkirk head.
Shout out to all the haters.
So me doing stand-up was not for me. I did not enjoy it. I did it several times at open mics, and I don't know. It just doesn't. I feel like I operate better in smaller groups. Maybe that's why I only get 500 views. Maybe that's why I get 300 views. Maybe that's why like 2 people join my lives. How many people are here? I got some people on YouTube. That's fine. All right. Anyways, so Simpsons taken off. Simpsons doing great. Then I wanted to do this moved into the Things I Love series. And so this was, I love this one. Getting into Kate Bush thanks to 2022. Kate Bush had a resurgence thanks to Stranger Things. So I wanted to share my love of the things that, you know, I grew up with. This was huge. Stranger Things. Hounds of Love is the one that has Running Up That Hill on it. You may want to listen to the second half of that album called The Ninth Wave. There are 7 songs about a woman drowning. It's haunting, terrifying, and beautiful. And what's crazy about that is I just noticed this, one of my very early ones, one of my first films was The Morning Fog. Oh no, sorry. I did the same thing for Kate Bush. This one was for Thank You Boys from Jane's Addiction. I got the rights from EMI to use it on my student project, but I did the same thing for Kate Bush. So I had the rights to The Morning Fog and this other project from EMI. That was pretty crazy. I got the rights to use that. That was pretty huge. Okay. Then, we have a bunch of Simpsons upscaled, right? Simpsons. Then I joined the Graggle. This is where I thought I had hit pay dirt, because I started to just rank up. So I had 27,000 views, which was pretty big. I think it was my live is now restricted. This platform is unusable. This is crazy. So the reason I'm doing this is because all of my content's been getting throttled like crazy. I'm showing you the progression of the throttling. So the reason I'm doing this is like, take a look at this. Look at where my content has come from. Hey, Sonic. Yeah, so funny you mentioned that, Sonic. It's exactly why I am doing this. So I've been throttled to death on the, good Lord, stop zooming in on me. Stop zooming in on my face. I have been more or less, this platform is dead to me, or I'm dead to it because it doesn't want to promote me anymore. And that's fine. It sucks because the platform was very viable for years and then it just fell apart. So the Dreamcast is one of the reasons like how I made that Dreamcast video was due to TikTok, and my apologies to everyone, which I don't know if you saw, I just showed it, but I was apologizing for the things that I had done in my life. The Dreamcast was part of that. So, anyways, here's the thing. So this one had 27,000 views. This one has 68,000 views, right? That's my upscalings. But this one, I hit perfect traction, and it was my first big video. I wouldn't even call it viral, but because it's thinking, apparently. So are you. Thank you. I'm very rarely called out for thinking, so I appreciate anybody doing that. So here's the thing. My live just got restricted on TikTok, which is terrible. I don't know what. That's so sad. Why are you doing that to me, TikTok? So this is the one that got over 500,000 views. And I'm like, what I did is I edited using my upscaling. That way I did my upscale, I was able to edit like content and then knock it out of the background and put it into things. And that's what I did here. I got Graggle out of the background.
I told you kids you were going to send your father to the crazy house.
No, Mom, you said poorhouse.
I said crazy house.
Poorhouse.
Crazy house.
Poorhouse.
Crazy house.
All right. So
All right. So the
I know
joke
it's not the
there
greatest quality.
is that,
all right.
The joke here is that Graggle, of course, doesn't exist. Graggle is a character that wasn't on The Simpsons, of course. But people were saying that no, he was just cut out. Matt Groening wanted to have him in there, and he fought for it. This is actually on videotape. I made this animation and then dumped it to DVD, then took that DVD and dumped it to VHS. And then played the VHS through the television. So that's why it has the same lines. That's why it has it's the same quality across the board. I just deconstructed it over and over, kept damaging the content so they looked pretty similar. Now, again, the colors are still off, but there's bleed there. There's, I wouldn't even call them, what the heck is this? This is, you've got artifacting around it, just like you would with these. You got this, this glow, this bleed. You have that there too. It's doing its thing, but that one got 550,000 because it picked up the traction from the Graggle movement, the Graggle Simpson. Does he exist? He doesn't exist, but it was freaking hilarious. So now I'm like, all right, I am getting several thousand views per video. And this is great. Several thousand views per video. Then my very next one. This is another one of my favorites that didn't do as well. It should have done better, but it was a Father's Day one, talking about the lessons learned from my dad.
To play with himself, and he'll have fun.
Yeah.
To play with himself.
Good Lord, come on. Get back
he'll
to
have
the
fun.
video.
To play with him.
What?
To play with himself. And to play.
That's
play with
crazy.
himself.
What is going on with this?
I've always said that if you play with a boy for a day, he'll have fun for a day. But you teach a boy to play with himself, and he'll have fun for life.
That was on Father's Day. That was again, every one of these has multiple versions because I meant these all to be series, just if they got traction, but it was very fickle. The ones that got the most traction were the Simpsons upscaled, so that's why I did most of those. So 50,000 or 550,000. Then this one didn't do as positive. Again, I thought that I was damaging my own self by putting content in there that the algorithm didn't like. And so what I had to do is if I put something in there that was ooh, this one only got 600 views and this one only got 400 views, I would just go back to the well and upscale.
Please take your receipt.
Futurama or The Simpsons. So that was being timely, grabbing a news headline and then putting that, but then that got 72,000. So we are now at, I've got several videos that have tens of thousands of views. Then I put the Graggle one back up, but that one was winding down. That It was like a 2-week or maybe a month-long window, but I hit it towards the tail end, so my second Graggle video did not perform as well, but still over 10,000 views. Then, let's see. Okay, so then I was like, all right, I'm not going to do more Graggle work if it's not going to produce. I did do, oh heck, I did one more. That's it. So I did 13, and then this one had 5,000. Just not very good traction. So I'm like, all right. I could not find footing after that. So a couple hundred. And again, this is still better than I'm getting on any other platform. 400, 500, 400, about 300, 300, 300, 300, 400, 300, 300, right? 300, 300, 10,000. So I'm like, I'd have a couple hit every so often. But 300 seems to be the standard. Then very low effort posts. Like this one was a dinosaur. That was a filter. That filter was not popular, so it wasn't being pushed out. Then it got real weird. This was the Dreamcast video. These were the Dreamcast videos from, which I'm going to pull down now. Every one of these I'm going to pull down now because these were big. These were, the Dreamcast video on YouTube has, I think, almost 200,000 views at this point. I haven't looked at it in a while, but they didn't do well on TikTok. 400, 300, 300, 400, 300, like not good at all. So I'm like, what's going on with TikTok? Why can't I figure it out? So I've been fighting this battle with TikTok. Like, what content do you want? And keep throwing things, keep checking it out. Simpsons Upscaled wasn't doing it either. So I'm like, where's my next thing? Do I go back to the Wordle stuff? That didn't do well. The Futurama stuff, not doing well. Like nothing is doing well anymore. And this is when? What date is this? This has got to be winter of 2022, right?
Where's the line? Somebody said they made...
So winter of 2022, things are falling apart for me because I'm like, again, I don't have an audience to find. So what did I do? I put up 100 Skylanders videos because I was selling my game collection. This is where it started. The Skylanders is where it started. So guess what? Nothing. No views. Nothing, nothing, nothing. At the end of the year, I do another Simpson Upscaled. That one gets traction. So I'm like, let's just do more upscalings. Nothing but upscalings. And I think I've blocked most of those. Yeah, because none of my lives were doing anything. So I'm like, okay, let's do original content. And trying to do original content, none of that went up either. And so I'm like, come on, man. What can I do to get traction? What is possible here? And there was nothing for months. And I figured that what was happening in this period is that I stopped creating so much content because I was using TikTok for building a therapeutic network for myself. I realized how much power there was in building a community. And that's what I was doing here in 2023, building a community of like past trauma experts, like I met most of the people that I'm still in contact with today, which is Progressive Geek and Junk Love, all in this era, in the 2023 era. And it was huge. It was really good. Felt better than I felt like better than I ever had after therapy. That's what was happening here on TikTok. And so my content wasn't as important as getting help, like finding other like-minded folks. And again, my content really has no legs. This is a PLC video, 171 views, nothing. Simpsons, not even doing it, 578. This was my most complex Simpson one to date, and this didn't do well. And that was kind of sad.
These uniforms suck.
Bernard, where do you pick up words like that?
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Homer, watch your mouth.
I gotta go, my damn wiener kids are listening.
We are not wieners.
And what are you dressed like that for?
But the background, I had to do every one of these upscale, the whole background in this one. And so, it's super low res there, super low res. And then I just bumped it up. So you could see what the objects were, right? They had the stuff in the back. Nice. Like you don't need it, but I wanted it just in case. And I still used those little assets when I was creating my. You've seen a lot of these if you're on Discord with me. I'm making some food at the moment, but listening. Hey, no worries. The fact that you're here, I appreciate it. What I'm doing is this. We've got multiple roads converging, but the big thing is that I've been throttled to death on this platform, and I'm just kind of going through a history because I know as of the 13th, this is going away for me. Like, this is not going to exist. Like, they're not going to push my content. My content is way too blue for this. They're not going to do it. They're not going to want my content. They're already showing that. But yeah, so here I found no traction. Where's my next big? Speed Racer was big. I thought that was good. Speed Racer, I had a big Speed Racer fandom community because I missed out on that movie. I saw it way too late. Simpsons aren't being picked up. None of my upscales being picked up. Things are being blocked. Yeah, videos about questionable things are being really throttled down. 7 views, 56 views. So I'm starting to drop off. I'm getting back to my Twitch numbers. So I realized, like, okay, what do I do? And I'm like, all right, let's make some funny, let's make another series. And the series was, is it Behind the Music, I think? Yes.
Hello, yeah, it's been a while.
My 70s wig. I love it. That's good. I love my 70s. I don't even know where that thing is right now. That's a beautiful wig. I should make more 70s songs. But though that one got 22,000. Then I'm like, okay, that's big. Gaming stuff didn't do well. Yep, this is another Behind the Music. Hold on. They seem to, like, I'm trying to find something that resonates. This one has 18,000. So my 3,
Hey,
I have
call
5
yourself
Behind
the
the Musics.
occasions.
So my 5 Behind the Musics had some degree of traction. So I'm like, let's make more of these. They never picked up.
That's pretty good. Kind of like a play on words there. I like it. You say you got a number 1 on your hands with this song. Let's hear what you got. I'm a girl watcher.
That's a good video. I'm already restricted, so who cares? But that one was big. That one got a lot of attention on YouTube. That one did way better on YouTube than it did here. That had 18,000 here. I think we had closer to, shoot, I'll have to find out what we had on YouTube. But YouTube was big with those. I think because I could create a playlist and people could just go down the playlist. Let's see. Okay, now we're getting into territory of like, why am I even doing this? Some of us appreciate what you create. In 2025, the viral videos I see AI. Oh, wait. All the viral videos I see are AI, which just kills the average content creator. Yeah, I see a lot of content creators speaking up about it. Heck, you know what's really funny, Sonic? All of my animations that I make, they're made by hand. I can show you. I can show you the process. In fact, I have shown it. The problem, hey, who did this? Who liked something? Oh, someone liked one of my comments. So all of my stuff is hand-drawn. But I've seen in the comments, and I've seen it on a bunch of videos, not the same comment, but someone's like, is this AI? I think this is AI. Just a little short thing. And as soon as those comments start popping up, my videos tank, like the views tank. Because I think what's happening is somebody or some bot farm or somebody who doesn't like my videos post that, and then YouTube's like, ooh, wait a minute, we have to review this. They take it offline. They don't recommend it to people until they review it with another bot. They're like, whatever. Or someone will challenge it and they'll say, is this AI? And I have to respond like, no, this isn't AI. But once that's in the comments, I think it gets throttled. So even if you're not making AI content, people are using, like, people can take down other people's videos by claiming it's AI. Facebook is saturated with AI. Sure, the videos are entertaining, but where's the hands-on effort? Nobody cares about effort. Trust me. This is I'm living proof that nobody cares about effort. Like, again, it's instant gratification. and again, AI is a tool, but if I had a tool that made nothing but McDonald's hamburgers and I just ate nothing but McDonald's hamburgers, I'm going to be fat and dead. I don't know which order that would happen, but yeah, like it's a tool that you can use to make things better. Like the metaphor that I use is when you're building homes for Habitat for Humanity, it's okay to use an electric nail driver. Now people would be like, well, why didn't you use a hammer? Like electric nail drivers use energy. You're like, I'm able to build more houses for more people. I'm able to take care of more people with this electric thing. Don't focus on the energy usage for people that are doing good. Like that's my whole idea. It's like AI can be used. Like here's the best thing. Here's the best use of AI. And the reason why I think AI is being demonized. Some Gen Z idiot who doesn't understand that there was life before AI. You'd think they never watched a Disney movie from the 90s. Yeah. So I think the reason why AI is being so demonized is like you can fix most of society's problems by asking a impartial third party. So if you have an LLM where you're like, okay, here's all of the data from the United States, from the dawn of time. Like, why are most lesser educated? These are charts. This isn't me saying this. Why are more lesser educated people in the South? Why is there more obesity? Why is there more heart disease? Why is all of this stuff in the South? And you would pump it into an LLM that's unbiased. You would say, oh, it has to do with the Civil War. Like it never changed. Like the Civil War is still going on. And that is why the South is the way it is. Like they have always been seceded from the Union, but they fight against all of this legislation, whether it be on food quality or food preparation or quality of like paying a living wage and all these things. So you have all of these people suffering. And then of course you, like what Oklahoma is doing with education, you basically limit people's access to what everybody else has, whether it be education, quality food, like drinking water that's not poisoned by runoff from your, animal farms, no pun intended. But like AI would be able to sort that out. Like, oh yeah, Civil War. And so what we do is we're like, well, let's put this curriculum into schools and teach kids that, hey, the reason why this stuff is happening is because of the Civil War. Well, you can't talk about that because Southern pride and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, let's name it something like critical race theory. And people are like, I can't believe they're trying to indoctrinate our kids by saying like slavery was bad or that there was slaves that were happy. Like AI would solve those problems by saying, no, here's the data. Here's what it shows. Here's the problem. The bigger problem is like, hey, why are all these people living in equality? Like, why is there such a homeless, like, why are people having to work 3 or 4 jobs to make a meet? And they're like, oh, because this one group's getting paid too much. Like AI would solve that in 5 minutes. Like, you're like, hey, why are there people starving on the street? Billionaires. Why are people, why are people unable to support their family? Billionaires. Why does rent cost this much? Because they're owned by private equity groups that do X, Y, Z. Like AI would solve all that. But now you're like, well, let's put AI on social media, but not the AI that solves problems, the AI that causes conflicts, the AIs that produce clicks. So, and now it's like, oh, and the AI that distracts. That's everything that Sonic is talking about. That's the AI that is distracting folks and being like, AI is the worst. I can't get original content. No one cares about original content. It's not nobody wants original content. Nobody wants it. Look at TV. Like there was a writer's strike in the early 2000s, I think. And that's when reality TV came up. Like everybody wants reality TV from Survivor on. It's like, how many reality TV shows? We have Love Island. We have The Bachelor. We have 16 different versions of The Bachelor. Heck, the most recent season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has a Bachelor sequence at the, like, we have nothing but reality shows for 25 years because nobody wants anything different. Nobody wants original content. The Office. America's Office, most popular TV show in the mid-2000s, early to mid-2000s. Everybody was like, The Office, The Office, The Office. The Office was a spin-off show from the BBC called The Office, right? Most people know that. But now you have a new show on Peacock. They promoted it all weekend during the football games. It's called The Paper, and it's just like The Office. The BBC Office was, what, 2003? We're like 22 years later. We're still making the freaking Office. Like, American Idol, same way. American Idol was a British show. Like, we borrow shows from Japan and from England. Whatever's trending well there, we will bring here, and then we will milk it to death for 20 to 30 years. Like, nobody wants original content. That's how it is. I'm preaching to the choir. And I'm not saying that my content deserves to be elevated at all. I'm not saying that my content is so different. No, I just showed that I'm following trends. I'm trying to find something that is sticky so I can... This is so gross. I just want to find some stickiness so I can insert my content in there and impregnate the community with my ideas. Gross. That is awful. I don't know why people have problems with it. I'm trying to do good by sticking my things in places. Gross. Woo, woo. Things I love? Great. Here's the thing. I would love more people to watch my content. I would love more people to play the games that I am talking about. Like, I talk about Journey. I talk about games from Giant Squid, that game company. I'm playing Silksong right now, indie game. That's doing huge. They don't need my help. But I would love to help more indies, more games that aren't getting traction. That's one of the things I wanted to do with my channel. Not promote me, white male aged 18 to 55. No, I'm trying to use my platform to help elevate others. So nothing, a whole lot of nothing here. A whole lot of, this one I thought was going to be huge. And so I found this little trick, which you'll see here, is that I'll post something and it won't do well. This one had 23 views, did not do well. So I will private it and post it at a different time. And this one did do.
It's a high school football game.
Oh, get out of here. Come on.
Prison. A hard place. Built of cement and steel, and just kidding, it's a high school football game.
That's a funny joke.
Prison. A hard place. Built of cement and steel, and just kidding, it's a high school football game.
Beautiful. Hang on. This.
Have you ever walked into the lobby of a hotel and wished you could bottle up the smell and bring it home?
No. No, man. No, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Come on. That's funny. To me it is. And that one got, I think, a total of, that didn't do well. Neither of those did well. Like, again, it's so sad because I put a lot of time into these, like the reading. And again, maybe I'm just not funny. I'm probably not. I think I am. But I do think I'm funny. I do think things that I say are funny. I wouldn't do this if I didn't. Keegan, if you're still there, which I doubt, if you are, you're the best. But as a comedian yourself, do you just want to be heard? You just think you naturally think you're funny, or you think you have something to say. And other people have laughed at your jokes over time. So I'm just trying to find those people. Maybe it is just 262 people. I'm fine with that. If it's just 262 people, that's freaking great. I've never had an audience at any of my stand-ups over 200 people. So even my lowest performing video here is the biggest audience I've ever had. So yeah, I would love to have those 262 people that I could proselytize to, that I could talk to, not about religion. What does proselytize mean? Did I screw that up? Good. Proselytizing. Avert to convert someone to a religion belief. Okay, so hang on a sec. Convert or attempt to convert someone from one religion belief to another. So I would love to advocate or promote. This is what I'm doing. This is the similar. Proselytize is advocate or promote. Get rid of religion. It's like I would attempt to convert someone. Oh shoot, I guess proselytize is a bad word because I'm trying to bring people over to my channel. Let's adopt. Neil. It's time for Neil to be a furry. Plenty of content, viewers, and support there. So I was just at Portland, the Rose City Comic Con. Sonic, I may need your help at this point. So there were a lot of furries there. And I was trying to express my support like, hey, great. And they all had handlers. There was a lot of people at the show. But I think, again, white guy aged 18 to 55, there's a lot of like, when somebody says like, hey, man, I love your whatever, the immediate thought is sarcasm. Like I'm being sarcastic or I'm being insincere. So I'd love to get some thoughts on how to approach people who are in costume, who do have handlers, to say like, hey, I really like this. I think you're super awesome for doing it, because it's a lot of effort to come to these shows, because you have to have a handler. You may even have to get 2 badges. I'm not sure how that works. I need to proselytize Neo into the furry fandom. So here's the thing. I think, because my daughter got into it early, I was a fan of this. I was a fan of mascots back in the day. Like I enjoyed mascotting. Yeah. Heck, even I would say cross-dressing, but that's like when Bugs Bunny would dress up as a woman, or like cartoon characters. I'm like, that is freaking, like, again. And of course, I had some people in my family who were into drag, like the drag shows. And I have friends who are in, like this guy right here, Jack Plotnick. I should have him up here. Come on. He's an actor. He's been in like Reno 911. Where are you? Right here. This guy's known for his
Who's ready to
Eevee
lose their
character.
collective shit with me?
Eevee. No.
Who's ready to lose their collective?
What if I said you could get $2 million for one day of work?
No, come on. I told you before. I'm not doing that advertising bullshit.
Tom Cruise does it all the time. And
to me, that feels like a sellout.
Are you?
Wow. Okay, look, I don't know. It just, to me...
Jason, hold my calls. What if I said you could get that again? That person is known as Eevee in another world. Hang on a sec. Eevee, girls will be girls. There you go. Images. This is Jack. Eevee. This movie is hilarious, but that's Jack. So, like, again, a lot of friends are into that. So I find that you don't have to proselytize me. I'm into people who are into costuming and into theater and all that stuff. Yeah, you don't have to twist my arm. Anybody who expresses themselves, heck, I'm in Portland right now. Anybody who expresses themselves, I'm an advocate for. So I'm just going down my list here. I'm going down trying to promote. So again, as I come back to behind the music, that does not do well. Like, these are not generating hits. So again, this one went up. I had to take it down and re-upload it, 604. But these used to get like 10,000 views. Now they're getting 600 views. So what is hitting? I don't know. Zeke, I don't think Zeke's even here, but here's him with a big fork. This is me talking about Madden every year. This is me trying to upload videos. None of this is getting traction anymore. Again, 300 is still great. No traction. No, filters aren't getting any traction. What is generating content? So I'll put up a video that is like, hey, this one's funny. 33,000. There's no rhyme or reason for why this is happening. Hey, Frost, thank you for joining. Thank you for liking the live again. There's no rhyme or reason. I cannot figure out why things are gaining traction. So again, doing analytic work across Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, they're all different. Every one of them is different. Keegan, I would love to talk to you about this sometime if you're out. Or again, we can do a live stream because I know meeting at a location may not be the best because of, you not drinking for 60 days. 60 plus days. All right, let's see. 300, 400, 300. Geez, oh man. Me speaking to City Hall, like nothing is hitting at all. When is this? This is 2023?
Hey,
2023,
back.
right?
One of the
So I've been doing 300 views now for months. 300, 300, 300. Nothing is hitting. And so then there's a big hit in 2024 when the TikTok, like 2 TikTok bans go into effect. One is May. So when is May? I think May has got to be around here. 1 second. I want to see my last big video. Asteroid. That's the size of. This is when Biden. Again, they did the can TikTok access your Wi-Fi in Congress. It was really bad. Hey Zeke, hey, you are there. I just talked about you and your fork. When you were doing your cross-country tour, when you came to Portland and you didn't say hi because you thought I was some kind of crazy stalker, which I am. Just know that, Zeke. I won't listen. I'm not the kind of guy who will kidnap and murder you and your family. I'll more kidnap you and then force you to join Tea Party. Like, I'm that kind of crazy, fan. Don't think I'm not going to murder. Why would I murder the people I love the most? No, but seriously, if you ever do make it back out here, I would love to connect with you and your lovely wife. Yeah, because again, like she's a creative, she's a musician. Like there's things to offer. Yes, exactly. The basement floor that I would chain you up to would be carpeted. Like I'm not going to put you on the cold, hard cement floor. The support beams, padded. Your back, it's not going to be against a corner. Ow, ow. No. Soft, comfy, velour is what we're talking about. Oh, you lost audio. Wait, no, I still got audio. Dude, by the way, I've been restricted out the wazoo. This live has been restricted, so they're probably even muting me. You can't hear me. Can anybody else hear me? Hang on, everybody. Did I mute myself? Hold on. It's possible. It says I have audio. Look, I can see this. Does it show there? Oh, no, it doesn't even show. I bring my audio levels over here. It's not showing. Anyways, sorry about that. Zeke, you can go. Zeke, you can go. If you cannot hear me, you can go. But hey, Sonic or anybody else who's still here, if you can hear me, let me know. All right, dude, this one. Jeez, oh man.
It's an epidemic sweeping the Pacific Northwest.
So when we had storms, I saw a revitalization. So news, we're into the news territory. So news is where, okay, now people want to see news. So I started doing news broadcasts of the storm. And when the storm was over, nothing. There was nothing. Hey, look at this. Sonic, speak of the devil. Here we go. My son came home from school and I was in this outfit. His Joffrey outfit.
It's very important.
Where have you been? What is this?
My brain could not comprehend this for a second. I don't know what's going on.
Hold on. My son's coming home. This is very important. Where have you been? What is
My
this?
brain could not comprehend this for a second. I was like, what is going on?
So this got a lot of hate, actually, because people thought I was shaming my son. Now you can hear me. So they thought I was shaming my son. No, he had a full Jeffrey giraffe onesie that was in his room. I'm like, where did you get this? He got it at like a Value Village or something. And this is my daughter's. My daughter is the one who's into the costume play. So when he came home, because this was the storm time. Like there were days we had no power. So we're getting a little stir crazy. He got to school. He went to school, came home, and I was zipped up in this hoodie with this. And I was not on a live, but I recorded it. And he's like, my brain can't process what I'm seeing right now. I'm like, that's good stuff. So, hey, Kuma, welcome aboard. Jeez, oh man, I'm being throttled. So anytime I see someone pop in here, I'm like, hey, all right, I'm throttled, but some people are seeing it. Here's the deal. On September 13th, when the new terms and conditions come in, I think most of my videos are going to go away. So I wanted to kind of go through, first off, like my path here. Like I am being restricted out the wazoo. Everybody is. Things have happened 2 or 3 times in the history that I've been on TikTok. Once some radioactive shrimp. Wait, are you going to give me some radioactive shrimp? I'm almost, oh no, I forgot about the radioactive shrimp stuff from Walmart. Good Lord. No, I don't. I was like, wait, radioactive shrimp. It's a week. It's been a week or 2. Like that's past me already. That's all become xenomorphs. Yeah, I'm all for that. Like everything is, again, what I've been doing, listen to this. Here's my crazy trick. You ready for this? Not to become a xenomorph. Zeke, this is for you too. Anybody else who's here, this is the biggest thing. Sonic, yeah, that's the video where I let my anger get the best of me. I felt compelled to defend you against the haters in the comments. Don't worry, again, I used to be offended when I had my podcast, and I would have like episodes where I'd have like my idols. I'd be talking to the people that I've in the games business that I've loved. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing the things that I want to do. And it's great. We had an audience of tons of people. I would come to the comments and I'd see one comment and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I got over that like 20 years ago. Like I would not let the comments really get to me too much because again, talking to Zeke, Kuma, yourself, like whomever's here, Keegan as well. Like that's why I'm doing it. Like I'm doing it to fulfill the thing that I wanted. And that was to talk to people inside the business. And then also to share that with people who have the same kind of viewpoint, like who care about that stuff. And so when someone comes in and be like, you're stupid, you just talk too much. I'm like, you just listen too much, I guess. Maybe start a show. So here's what I've been doing. You ready? I started this, good Lord. Social media has been a big pain in my butt for a while now because what I do is if I'm on social media, I have to have like a pen and paper with me. And when I watch a video, I have to write something that I watch. I can't just sit there and scroll because I've had to write something about every video I see. That was something I instilled at like, what was it? Shoot, like on my birthday, like back in April. So watching videos, like that's why my time on social media has just dropped precipitously and why I'm doing the animations. Like I'm doing animations. So it keeps me honest. Like I can't just watch social media. And if I don't write it down, then I'm cheating myself. So we should start our own social media. Yes, with Blackjack. I've been starting that. So here's the thing. So when I'm tempted to go on social media, one of the things I have, and I think some of you might have it, I have these books. They're called books. These things. They have paper. You might have a couple of them in your house. It's like a recap of social media. It just tells you things that happened. And you can take them at your own pace. You could read this whole thing if you want in a sitting. It's what you have to do. It's good. But I've started to do this more. And because I'm able to read, because I have this, I have a problem with reading books. I'm very bad at it because I can't retain information. It's ADD, OCD, all that stuff. So I haven't been able to read much, but now there's this program that allows me to read ebooks one word at a time. And so it's called Reedy. It's basically Saccades. I have a whole video on it, but now I can read more. So when I'm sitting reading like things, I'm off social media. So it's been very helpful, like for me building animations, because I'm like, well, I can't just sit there and look at my phone. I have the technology to build things. I'll build them. And when I'm off of it, because what's happening now is like, even though I'm off social media, everything that's being posted is all politics. And yeah, it's awful. It's terrible. But the animations that I'm building are my pushback to that. Hey, later on, Demon King, great to have you here. But yeah, like my whole push is to like change the paradigm, change the thought process. And I can't do that by commenting on videos. I can only do that by making content. and posting it to 300 people. That's how you were able to read mine. Yes. Yes, exactly. 100%. I think I told you that too. So yeah, the thing is that the person you're seeing on this live stream and the person you see in a bar and the person you see like day to day is the same person. Like I don't have personas. That's why I can't do this for a living, because I would expose me too much. I can only be who I am. And it's like, it takes a lot less energy to not have to keep up 3 different personas. Like my belief system is my belief system. And that's why I don't have to really apologize for anything. Like, I mean, I'll say, I'm sorry that you feel that way, or I'm sorry that they came off like that. But my intentions are always sincere. Like I'm always going to advocate for like most minority positions, right? If someone's not being elevated and someone's out of the conversation because they aren't, and because I was raised in that environment, so I'm naturally drawn to helping people out of that predicament. So if you are marginalized, if you're on the outskirts, if you're not getting visibility, oh, Zeke, that's why I love you guys too. Yeah, so I talked to my partner at Hello Beautiful, and he's like, I'm like, how do you deal with the things that you did in your past? He's like, well, that's who I was. Not that person now. I'm like, is that just that easy? He's like, as long as you didn't murder anybody. I'm like, what if you did? Like a couple times. Like early on, I was young, 6, 7. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I enjoyed knives a lot. So how do you parse that? He got all quiet and everything, and I'm like, oh, here it comes. Here comes those feelings. No, that's no. Yeah, but he was saying like, I'm not that person. That's not who I am now. I've learned and become like more attuned to things around me. And like, I can't apologize for like who I was, because it was I was in an entirely different place. It's like the ship of Theseus, right? Right? Is that the ship of Theseus, where you're like your ship, like if you take apart a ship and you rebuild it in another harbor with all different parts, is it still the same ship? It's really not, because it's a philosophical conundrum. Like you are a different person at your destination, because the things you pick up along the way, the things you repair along the way, the things you learn, the things that change along the way. And he kind of made that clear. Anyway, so here we go. Here's me disliking Stephen Colbert before it was cool. When did I not like Stephen Colbert? 2024, 3/5/2024. It's a long story. But again, that's me standing up for marginalized people. That was back when the first TikTok ban came in, I think, in May of 2024, when they changed the algorithm. May of 2024. This thing's been dead since May of 2024. All right, let's keep going down. We're almost to present. We're in 2024. I have not posted a ton in 2025. Here's Boar's Head. Zeke, that's for you. Boar's Head. This got 94 views.
Call him now on the old Edison. Well, hey, hello, Mr. DeVito. Yeah, this is Frank Brunkhorst, the founder of Boar's Head. Yeah, so I was wondering if you'd be open to having some more of our meats inside of you.
What do you have in mind?
Hey, we're just gonna...
Come on, man. That got 94 views. That should have got way more. That should have got tons more. I'm disappointed in that. Yeah, get Boar's Head. I don't know why he talks like that, but he in my mind. The founder of Boar's Head. He's just a freaking... I was a newsie. I was a young newsie was a boy, and then it just stuck with me. Live streams. Again, nothing is generating more than 300, 400 views. This is like when I realized, like, okay, I'm spending energies in the wrong spaces. Again, and this is when I said TikTok was dead to me in 2024. It was. Dude, look at this. 70 views, 65 views. Dude, some of my favorite videos. 99 views. This one's locked at 0 because I was restricted. This is how restricted I am right now, by the way. I am this restricted now. Well, somehow Boar's Head Plants went under after the video. They did. I crushed that company with my satire. They thought they could get away with what they were doing, but they couldn't. They just couldn't, Nemo. So look at this. This was crazy. This was after. Okay. Keep in mind, everybody who's been here forever, you're saints. But this is huge. So from the start, several thousand views, tens of thousands of views. After March of 2024, May of 2024, when Oracle took over, when they brought it into the US. This was before January of this year. This is before the Trump, the switchover where they turned off the servers and turned them back on to point to a new IP. Basically, it's a cutover is what happened in January. But this is when the damage was done. May of 2024. We've got 82, 51, 53, 52, 70, 65, 46, 40, 0. Then I had to repost it. 99, 45, 71, 51. Dude, in my history, I've never had so many back-to-back failures. So many. Like, this is just egregious to have this, like, what? And these are originals. These were originals. Like, I was throttled to death. And so it was frustrating to go for, again, never in my history have I had like 18 concurrent videos with that little traction. And by the way, this is with thousands of followers. I have thousands. No, that's fine. That's totally fine, Zeke. You live your day. I'm getting this up for posterity. But the idea is this. I was generating a lot of views just with no following. And now I have several thousand followers and I'm getting 19 views, 37 views, whatever. What's happening? So I realized like TikTok has been compromised at this point, like because it continued on, like where I'd get a couple here, 300, 300, 300, and then it would be like 52. It just was dropping. Like there was nothing here, and it's original content too. Like I do not understand the machinations of the algorithm, but I do know that even with me just throwing stuff against the wall to see what was trending, see what was big, like I was generating more than this at all times with fewer people following me. So I'm just being crushed in the algorithm. This was from what? Originally from 6/9/2024.
It is with great sadness that I report the loss of our Cracker Barrel straw.
You've seen this recently. So that was on 6/4 of 2024. So June 4th. Ready? Let's see what that got on June 4th. Hold on. It's worth it. It'll be worth it. Good Lord. June 4th. Where are you, you son of a gun? I just had you. I just had it. There it is. 266 views. That video got 266 views. And you're like, well, what? That's, you said it's 100. Or over 100 is good. Yes. But we're going to show that this was June of 2024. This is just embarrassing. The little number of views these videos have got all through the year. Just nothing last year. It's been gone. And I'm doing a lot of reposts, just trying to get any kind of traction. Nothing. Community guidelines violation. Jesus, Mary Joseph. Good Lord. All of these things that were big, like full on videos, just not doing like production videos, not getting anything. 132, 119, 88. Good Lord. Now we're starting to see this. When was this? When was the turn? Was it September?
So this is freaking
October. Yeah. So again, from May, June, July, August, September, all whatever. So now we're going to go from latest. So we're going to flip it. We're going to flip this around. This is most current. So we're back to the 400, 300, whatever. I've privated these because this one had 0 from yesterday. That had 0. That one was not going out. They did not want that out. So then guess what? I reposted it. When I reposted it, 33. So I locked it again. I'm locking content left and right now because, again, if it's not going to pick it up, I'm just taking it out. So, ready? That one Cracker Barrel one, I just reposted it, and it's 653.
My dude.
So doubled the numbers. But it's still, like, that one on Instagram, that's got like 12,000 views. On YouTube, that's got higher numbers. Like, what is happening here? Like, what? This is just, I've been, again, you're like, well, you're just sad that you can, yeah, of course I'm sad that I don't have higher views, right? And now keep in mind, this one has like 97,000. This one has like but this is like one of the bigger ones recently. But this is like the PLC content that I used to put out. Sure, I don't expect everyone to get massive traction, but I do expect like some degree of consistency. And the consistency that I've seen here has been terrible. Now, here's the thing. You're like, this is, if 10% of my audience viewed my videos, 10%, and I'm talking 1 second, like it showed up on their feed and they clicked on the For You page. 1 second is all I need for a view. It's like how Netflix works. So, sorry, I had to take a call. Also explain how I have 11 million views this year with 4,000 followers. This app makes no sense. I have more likes than people with 140,000 followers. Yeah, you're doing it right. By the way, what you're doing is like completely non-political, just like observational, fun, lighthearted, and like just obtuse kind of stuff. That's great. It's like, it's the stuff that they want. Like, no, like, not like your stuff's funny, but it doesn't have like teeth against any like power structure, right? Like, what I'm getting at is like, you can make jokes, you can have fun with like the content you're making. Awesome. But if you said something like, I think there's a slide going on in a part of the world, then that's it. And I've said that like 40 times, which is why my content keeps getting like, yeah, hey, like everybody's seen this one. This is the one that like has, so on this platform, everybody's seen this one, right? So this has 28,000, wait, what is this? 97,000, just about 100,000 views on here. 100,000 views. This one has 891,000 views. Now, if I'm going to go to Instagram, I'm on Instagram. Same stuff. 5.7 million views. Same video. 2.2 million views. Yeah, absolutely. Kino slides. Seminoplides. Seminoplides. Yep, whatever it is, right? Even this one, 1,200. Again, this is Instagram, right? This is content that they should not be like actively pushing or promoting or whatever. And then these are generating old TikTok numbers, right? And that's crazy. Like that's good. And it follows the right metric, right? Like these are all getting over 1,000, right? 1,000. These are 2,000, 3,000, right? But here's the thing. I have almost 18,000 followers on here, but it's still 10%. 10% of my audience here is seeing 1 second of my video. Like that's what those numbers are. So 10% of the people that follow me, around 10%, right? It's not exactly 1-to-1, but like 25, that's more. That's almost 20%. This is like 6%. Like, I can't do math, but you get the idea. Like these are generating more closely the 10% number. And then on TikTok, they weren't like, again, if I have 4,000 viewers or I have 6,000 viewers and I'm getting 0, 33, 47, 17, I'm being freaking, like, that's what is going on. Like, I am absolutely being throttled in that regard. So these numbers are very low for what they should be. And again, like, it's going to get worse on the 13th. I can't break Instagram. It's lame. Well, I got a secret for Instagram. Have you, do you have tatas of any variety? Because shaking those tatas, what's a tata? Well, I don't have my tatas here, but if you shake them on Instagram, that's how I raised my awareness over there. And again, there's people like Barry, Moobs, true. Just do some of that. What are my bigger? Oh, and the animations were real big over there. Maybe I should post oh my God, I'm zooming in on my face again. Maybe I should post the boar's head thing here. I'll probably do that. Today is about the Dreamcast. I got to post a Dreamcast video now, but I'm going to go through this. I'm not crying. My voice is choking up. Oh my God, what happened? I just lost my camera. Oh my God. Now my camera's throttling me. Hold on. How did I lose my camera? I shut it. That's how I did it. I shut down the freaking thing. 1 second. Jeez, oh man. Don't meet the series. Hold on, everybody. That was so dumb. I just shut down my camera. Start virtual camera. Can you pick it up? There we go. Good Lord. Hey, Ark. I was just about to go post a Dreamcast video here. I'm going to minimize that. End of the day. Happy birthday, Sega Dreamcast. Yes, the day I accidentally killed it was before this. Hang on a second. YouTube, where am I? It absolutely bothers me. Hold on, Sonic. I'm getting right to you. Hold on. There it is. 163,000.
In 1999.
I got to repost this video on Reddit. If anybody wants to post this on Reddit for me, you'll be my best friend. Go to the Reddit Dreamcast. Reddit the subreddit, the Dreamcast subreddit. Good Lord. It absolutely bothers me when someone I know, like you, has 3,500 subs on YouTube, but we don't see anywhere those numbers in the live chat. I'm not a live chat guy. You got too excited over my moves. I did. Listen, we're drawn to it. And it doesn't have to be sexual. What was I just watching yesterday? Oh, there's a show on Netflix called Tires. I shouldn't be watching it. It's problematic. It has a bunch of again, it's very misogynistic. It has a weird tone to it, but I'm enjoying it because it's just weird. Anyways, it has Stavros in it, the Greek comic, who's from the East Coast, or basically he's Greek, and I think he grew up in Baltimore, but he has that O accent. Tires, Netflix. Here's why, I'm going to put this up here in the Netflix. Tires on Netflix. So this guy's just weird to me. He reminds me of the guy from the Munsters, Fred Gwynn. Remember the guy from the Munsters? Well, when you look at, hang on a sec. Fred Gwynn. I can't believe I pulled that out of my head. Is that right? Yeah, pretty close. Not bad. Not bad at all. I did that right. Yeah, so this guy and this guy, to me, look the same. They're just, you expect this person to be in this makeup at all times, right? And he had the lips that were really, defined because of the makeup, right? But then when you saw him here, you're like, okay, he just looks awkward because I expect him to look like this. This guy freaks me out because I've never seen him in makeup, but boy, should he have a different look because he's freaking me out. He reminds me of the girl from Saturday Night Live, the Debbie Downer. Yeah, Tires. Tires is the name of the show. But in the show Tires, I went a long way to go a very short point. In Tires, Stavros, whom I enjoy, I like this guy. And again, everybody's problematic. No internet. You're a liar. No internet? Did I lose the internet? How is that possible? This guy. Sorry, did not mean to zoom in. He's freaking hilarious in the show. He plays the boss's that guy who owns the tire shop, hits his second in command at the main center. It's like a sycophant. And, but he said something yesterday. He was talking about they were talking about doing a bikini car wash. This is what I'm saying. It's problematic and it's dumb. It's really dumb. But again, it's like hits this really weird Venn diagram with me where I can ignore this guy. Shane Gillis kind of bothers me. And like this, by the way, this ESPYs gave me massive respect for Shane Gillis again. Like this guy's like, well, you know, he's just kind of like, I'm just living my life and, you know, I'm just being who I am. That's totally fine. But he's always behind bad things. Like the Bud Light rebranding towards being like, hey, we aren't like the counterbalance. He's pushing back against the narrative of quote unquote woke, which I think is just a bad side to be on. Because yeah, you want to be on the side of like, hey, enlightenment, but he's kind of always the counterbalance. And so he's like at the ESPYs, he was talking about being at an event with Trump, like, hey, it just happened. I'm like, dude, you don't wind up in that place because you're in a vacuum. You wind up in that place because you're in a pressure cooker. Like everything gets mushed together. And if you can't see it, like you're actively ignorant. Like all of these people are in that same pressure cooker. They're in this like misogyny kind of ecosystem. This guy, Andrew Schultz, is in the show. Freaking dude, I should hate this show. And I do hate this part of the show. I hate this. But comedy is comedy. And I have to look past it. So why occasionally I have to go to a truck stop bathroom every so often to prove that I'm a man. Like I will take on a few guys in the men's room, but at the end of it, I know it's not what I want to do with my life. And Shane Goodis is really good on Kill Tony. So that's the other thing, Ark. Kill Tony's a bad show. Kill Tony's bad because it's like Shark Tank. Shark Tank's bad because it's punching down. That's why I'm saying it. You can enjoy it. That's totally fine. Just like I made a video. It's like, you could vote for Trump. I don't care. Like voting for Trump's fine. But supporting him when he's like doing what he's doing now, if you support him, then you're one of the guys from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like I will take a stand against that stuff. Kill Tony, that show is very, very negative to up and comers. It's very gatekeepy and that leads to a power imbalance, which is problematic. So Kill Tony and Shark Tank's just awful. Shark Tank should have never been allowed, but Shark Tank, again, I'm here in capitalism. I live in this world. And so I realized that Shark Tank is America. Shark Tank is like, hey, you come to us with an idea. We see if you're worthy of getting any money. If you're not, or if you push back at all, we'll just steal the idea. Okay, Zeke, you're probably still not here, but here's the deal. In this show, Stavros says something. They were talking about doing a bikini car wash. This is just last night. I just got introduced to the show. I just watched it last night. Stavros, they're going to do a bikini car wash, and he starts talking about moobs, and suckling at the teat. And the one guy's like, oh, what if it's a guy? He's like, this isn't sexual at all. This has to do with nourishment and basically feeling like you have a place. And I'm like, that's what makes this show freaking great, is that it is like pushing these issues that this audience would never be open to. Like the people that you would see mainly supporting the initiatives that these guys support would never, like, they're kind of almost poking a few holes in that construct and that fabric. And that's great. I have to admit that's awesome. But again, Zeke, if you don't feel like watching it, if you and your wife aren't comfortable with it, I will find that episode so you can see your hairy moobs would work just fine. I'm totally fine with it. Anyways, here's the thing. I'm going to post, you'll see, like, the demise of this platform is sad because this platform brought me so much joy as a viewer, as somebody who watched these things. This platform was really great in terms of jump scare, everybody. Big jump scare. Whoa. That brought me a tremendous amount of joy in terms of like just seeing different voices out there. Then it brought me a tremendous amount of like inner healing. Like there were people on here that really helped me on my journey that I'm still going on. Like I'm still trying to make up for the traumas of my youth that I was blissfully unaware were there. And it's not like I became aware of it because TikTok. I was aware of it. Like there was a moment, I think I was like in my 40s. I think I was 45. So 1,000 years ago. I was 45 and my wife and I got into an argument and I'm just wailing. No, we got in an argument that I started. Did you see my comment about Neo Geo? Are you talking about the Neo Geo handheld? I don't know if I saw your comment about the Neo Geo. Hang on a sec. Hey, Neil. Yeah, you know what? I didn't see your comment, but I knew it had to be about that Pocket Neo Geo. I'm very torn on that. Pocket Neo Geo. There it is. $74. I don't know, man. It comes with 16 games. That's what bothered me. Wait, is this the one? Pocket Neo Geo. Super Pocket. When did this come out? No, this is not it. I also have to agree with that statement about Kill Tony. I've stopped watching. They're all Limelight hogs. Yeah, very much. So I completely forgot. This is so terrible. I was the guy who pushed this out in the Americas as well. If you had a Neo Geo Pocket, chances are it came from me because I flooded Game Crazy with these things. Flooded Game Crazy. Like I was the sole buyer. I was the buyer for Game Crazy at this point. They had 2 buyers for Hollywood Video, which had like, I think 1,800 stores. But this was when I think we were at 24, between 24 and 50 stores. And so I was like the main decision maker. And so, yeah, I'm like, yeah, 100%, bring it in. There's a trailer on YouTube. Pocket, no, it's called Super Pocket. There it is, 21 hours ago. So wait a minute. Time out a second. The best thing about Evercade Game Boy, it's like the best part of IE is you use it to download Chrome. No clicky stick equals not legit. Anyone got a game list? I can just put this on my Ambernick. Okay. Is that the same one I'm looking at? Hang on. Let's see if it is. Don't give me an ad. Today. You do not give me an ad. I'm going to click on this. Copy text. I should have trusted you. Oh my God. Copy text. All right, hang on. We're looking at the Super Pocket.
Peggy 16.
Yeah, this is the one I saw. So this is from a day ago. Here's your Super Pocket Neo Geo edition. Hold on. I just want to see this real quick. There. Okay. Time out. I'm doing this for a reason. Just leave me alone. Just shut up. Where are we? Super Pocket. God dang it. Okay. So this one, Neo Geo Super Pocket 5, right? Songbird Productions, eBay. This says, ready? From a month. Oh, it's European. So it may have been released in the UK. The Pocket, je faisais from a shopper for Just for Games. Console problématique avec des jeux. Console has problems playing games. You see how good I am at my French? Console problématique avec des jeux. Qui bougonnet? Bougonnet? Qui bougonnet? Oh, okay. Okay, ready? Console has problems playing games. Quite buggy. Look at that. I didn't... Evercade is the site. Okay. So here's what I'm getting at. This. Hold on. It's the same, right? Can I zoom in on this damn thing, please? Just open up the dang picture, for God's sakes. Open in new tab. That's what I was trying to get. That's exactly what I was trying to get. Because it says it came out about a week ago, or a month ago. They have reviews for it. Release date, July 10th. Is this the same? Let's see. There's only 2 pictures. So it says Hyper Megatech. Hold on. Hyper Megatech. It's the same, dude. So this is the one from the video. Hyper Megatech Select Start Neo Geo. This one, Select Start Neo Geo Hyper Megatech. This said it released July 10th, 2025. This is, it says Songbird Productions. Hang on a sec. Super Pockets are back in stock. So I think it's the same one. Does this one, hang on a sec. Super Megatech. I'm going. Jeez, oh man. In case anyone was wondering, the song is Power Up by Jeremy Blake. Really like the gold border. His games don't cost like $500. Okay, wait for modern game. The site is supermegatech.com. Copytech. Supermegatech.com. Hold on. Hang on a sec. Super Megatech is not Super Megatech Neo Geo. Okay. Hyper Megatech. It's Hyper Megatech. Okay. $69 US. Does it take carts? Yes. It's the same one. So it's the same one. Alpha Mission Blazing Star. So can you upload your own? It comes with 14 preloaded games. USB charging. Does it have a... Okay. So you have the Super Pocket. Well, they're the same. They're the same. Just one is special edition. No, that's all right. It's totally fine. So 75. This one has it for 69. Super Pocket cartridges. Get access to over 500 games across cartridge collections. Yeah, so 69. Get it straight from the Hyper Megatech site, so you're not paying Songbird Productions upgrade pricing. Yeah, so my concern is this. I definitely buy that console just to play the fighting games on it, like Final Fight. So here's the issue for me. So Neo Geo has more than 60 games. It says you can't... Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm going to explain my take on these. This form factor sucks. It does. Like, again, I get it. I get it. It's Game Boy Color. It's this, like, square, whatever. However, you were the ones who turned me on to this. It's you. I blame you, Ark. I'm not smart. I blame you. Because, hang on a sec. Hold on. Okay. Show me. This is a better form factor. But a better form factor, come on. I don't want to use a coupon. Oh my God, stop it. Get out of here. Bestsellers. Oh my God. Good Lord. Can you just get me home? New Arrival. Does this have the grips on the back? It doesn't. This is a bad form factor too. This one is the better form factor. Okay. The reason why is because, there it is. These are the better form factor. Because I have had 8 trillion game consoles. That's the number, the actual number. It's the same number of stars in our galaxy. The challenge that I've had is that, especially with these, like these retro ones, is that my hands are so enormous. They're just massive Goliath hands. But they cramp up so easily when I'm holding it in that form factor. It could play everything. Yeah, so I'm really interested to take a look at that because it looks cool. It looks really cool. In fact, I say the form factor is not my style, but I love the look of it. I do. I think it looks freaking great. And I play most of my games in bed. But no, that's where I do all my gaming is at night. And so when I'm playing games, having this, like having my hands up like that is just, I would have the same issue. Yeah, so this is freaking awesome. I'm glad you brought it up because I completely forgot. I saw it yesterday and I was like, I have to ask a friend of mine who had Neo Geo what he thinks about it. But yeah. Yeah, we already have all those. My hand's cramped, but it looks cool. It does, 100%. Are you more of a... I don't own a Steam Deck. I own a Switch. Hang on a sec. Where's my Switch? Hold on. God dang it. I do own a Switch. Fudge. 1 second. Did it not track me? It didn't. It didn't track me. Hold on. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? That was not what you're supposed to do at all. Will you get out of here with that zoom in? Hold on. Boop. Got to flip that around. 1 second. Image, focus. Let's flip it. Perfect. Oh, it's gross. Anyways, this is my Switch, right? I have these two, and by the way, I was like anti these controllers. Told my wife, I'm like, no, I don't want them. She got it anyhow. She never listens. But thank God, because I freaking love this controller. The only problem is I can't use it in non-Bluetooth mode. Why is this so? Oh, because I'm Italian. It's super greasy. But this is freaking awesome. I swear by this. Hold on. I'm on bone bottom. Yeah, exactly. This game is, of course, I'm so glad it's getting so much love because it deserves all of it. Dude, don't get a Switch 2. Dude, I just heard something crazy about. I heard something super crazy. I'm going to be playing that all day if I keep doing that. 1 second. I got to switch back to the other camera. Where's my other camera? Come on. Whoa. Perfect. On Switch Online, but they just added my favorite Pokemon Switch game. Okay. I was just playing it. I was just playing it right here. Yes, I do have Silksong. I've been playing it nonstop. I wish I could. Can I switch back to the other camera? I can. There it is. Yay. Silksong. It is. I can prove it. It's upside down, but there it is, playing Silksong. Okay. It's great. It's the same as the first one, which is really good. Hollow Knight. I didn't finish Hollow Knight. It got really hard. Yeah, I'm experiencing that right now. I've actually restarted 3 times because I've lost so much. Like, you can lose your their rosary beads. So it's like Sonic and his coins. And so I have lost a lot of those rosary beads. Okay, so here's the story. If you have... Okay, the story is this. Sony just announced their next PlayStation, the PlayStation 6, a couple weeks ago. And they were... Maybe it was just last week. But they were talking about like, oh, we're going to offer 3 different modes. One that's like handheld-y kind of mode. Another that's this way, and another that's bargain. So it's a bargain version, the default, and then a handheld version. of the PlayStation 3. That's 3 SKUs. Already, terrible decision. How do I know? Because I lived through Sega in the 90s. I know what accessories and peripherals and SKUs do. In fact, my video about the Dreamcast covers that exact thing. Jesus. I have the whole, like, this couldn't be more important than it is right now. Here.
The existing Sega Genesis that were absolutely bonkers by any standards, by today's or yesterday's.
Hold on.
To extend the life of the Genesis, Sega began working on add-ons to the system that would make use of more storage or better processing capability.
Right
I think
here.
I need to change. Then CEO of Sega of America, Tim Kalinske, at the very first E3 Expo in May of 1995, Sega already has 6 incompatible game platforms on the market.
Sega has 6 incompatible game systems on the market, right? And they have accessories for those systems, right? So it's like, that's a nightmare. So PlayStation's going to do that for PlayStation 6. I own a PlayStation 5. I own a PlayStation 4. But I just heard that the number, and I have to verify this through Sega's or Sony. Wait, hang on a sec. What percentage of PlayStation still use or still on PS4? Okay, where is this coming from? I don't know where this is coming from. As of March 2025, PS4 accounted for approximately 30% of active PlayStation users. Think about that. 30%. Like how long has the PlayStation 5 been out? 2021? When did PS5 come out? 2020. I knew it was like around the pandemic. I just didn't know it was 2020. It's been out for 5 years. And still 30% are using the previous console. 5 years. Think about old console cycles. Like if 1991 Super Nintendo comes out. Well, let's just say, make it easy. 1990 Super Nintendo comes out. 5 years later, PlayStation. We're talking 5 years later, 1995. We're talking PlayStation. So, like, that's the jump between, like, Super NES and PlayStation. If 30% are still playing that, let's just put it this way. That's, to me, bonkers to think that 30%, like, nobody's evolving to the next level. Like, they're still sticking, like, if so, I don't know why I said PlayStation. Let's go. Nintendo, Super NES, they went to Super NES, 1990, and then in 1995, 96, Nintendo 64. So, Nintendo 64, if 30% after the new console releases, so that would be 5 years after the Nintendo 64, 5 years after Nintendo 64, 2001. If you have released a GameCube and people are still playing the NES, like, the consoles, like, it should be moving on to the next. Okay, I'm excited about the Xbox handheld with Steam. I'm not excited about anything Xbox is working on right now. Xbox is just a mess. I know it. I know Xbox is a mess. I can't talk about direct conversations, but I do know that the developers I work for, they're never going to think about making games for Xbox. The only ones you're going to get for Xbox are their mainstream, like Activisions and Sony's, but no other game companies. They're going to put them on Steam. They're going to put them on whatever. And then Microsoft's going to try to buy Steam or muscle them or screw them out of something. I have no faith in that company anymore. Also, thoughts on Atari acquiring some of the bigger indie games from Ubisoft. So Atari's not been Atari forever. So Atari in the 70s was Bushnell. It was acquired by 20th Century Fox in like 78, 80, let's just say 1980. So 20th Century Fox acquired Atari, ran it into the ground. Then it was resurrected by the Tramiel family from Commodore. Like the Tramiel family resurrected, I think, both Atari and the Commodore lines. Let's just say they resurrected Atari. So already Atari is 2 degrees separated from who it was. That was in the 90s. Then it went into bankruptcy, and it was acquired out of bankruptcy, or the name was acquired out of bankruptcy by, I think, Infogrames. So Infogrames had it. So it was it's a French property. Infogrames is French. So it's very ironic that the French company that took over the name Atari is now acquiring the French-Canadian company titles Ubisoft. Yeah, they are not the same. But anyways, here's what I'm getting at. The Switch and Switch 2. If Sony's a mess, because if 30% is still on PS4, they've given nobody incentive to jump up to the PlayStation 5. Why is anybody going to go to the PlayStation 6? Like, people, like, I haven't renewed my PlayStation. I have not renewed my PlayStation Plus membership. That was the first time since I started, since 2013. When did that PlayStation Plus start? Hold on. Started. PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Network. Hang on a sec. November 2006. Hang on. When did you have to start paying for it? Hold on, I'll just figure this out. Gakkai, right? So, hold on. So it says it started in 2006, which I probably got it in 2006. But now, my apologies, I need to charge my phone. I'm not back in time. Hey, you too, Sonic. Thank you so much for being here. So since PlayStation Network started, since PS and PS Plus has been a thing, I have paid for it every year. I didn't do it this year. Like, it was a no-brainer. I did it every year. It's just they kept raising prices, and I'm like, oh, I just finally did a cost-benefit analysis, and I'm like, I don't watch this at all. I don't use this enough to justify $130. So I didn't do it. And when I didn't, I stopped playing my PlayStation 5 altogether. It's been a year, and I'm playing Switch almost all the time. So here's the thing. With Sony doing that, going from PlayStation 4 to 5, not pulling its audience along, and now announcing PlayStation 6 in 3 SKUs, I don't have faith in that. So, Nintendo, the Switch, I have zero interest in Switch 2. Donkey Kong, of course, want to play that. I hear nothing but awesome things about it. But I don't, like, that's the Nintendo tax, like in a physical console. Like, I don't want to have to pay more for my games. So, I have all my games on here. Like, I'm going to continue to play this until I can't. And then they're like, well, we're going to raise prices. This is how Nintendo is trying to keep people from buying this. The decision between buying this, the Switch. Nintendo is intentionally inflating their prices because what they're going to do at holiday is they're going to drop the price of the Switch 2. They are using all of their warehouses to develop Switch 2 consoles. So they are not developing Switches anymore. And a lot of the, let's just say they have 10 manufacturing 10 factories that make Switches. These are all make-believe numbers. But if Nintendo had 10 factories making Switches, they just made 7 of them Switch 2. Like, 7 of them are now producing Switch 2. Again, these are make-believe numbers. I'm just explaining how the production cycle works, because they want to get as many of these consoles out before holidays as they can. So they are stopping the production of Switch. So they've minimized it. They've rolled it back. So what do they do to prevent those things from being sold out and from people sitting on the fence waiting for them to restock Switch? They inflate the price of Switch. So now people are like, ooh, the difference between me getting a Switch and a Switch 2 is like $50 or maybe $100, whatever the difference is. Hang on a sec. What's the difference between a Switch, Nintendo Switch price? Nintendo Switch is now, so it's $449 for the new one and $300. So it's $150 more for the other one. Is that right? That doesn't seem right. For some reason, I thought that was more expensive. Nintendo raises, no, I'm correct. Nintendo raises the Switch price. There, I'm right. Nintendo raises the Switch 1 price from $299 to $339. So it's just about $100 less. So the Switch OLED, sorry, the Switch OLED is $399. Okay, so never mind. It's $50. So it's $50 less. And the Switch Lite goes to $230. So they've minimized the production of the Switch console. And so now they don't want that to sell out. They want people to make the decision to buy the Switch 2. So they're trying to convert future buyers or people whose Nintendo Switches break or like they have to upgrade. They're going to move them to be like, oh, for $50 more, because I think the Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 2, it's $499. It's with the Mario Kart bundle. Just the Switch 2 is $450. So $50 difference. Well, who's not going to put $50 more to get the Switch 2? Because then what's going to happen is if they have a glut, if they have a overstock, like they can't get rid of Switches now, they're going to drop that price back down. They're going to liquidate that too. Probably won't happen until Christmas 2026. But this is just them inflating the price to get people to buy Switch 2. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm sticking with my Switch. I don't need another console. I would love to get a Steam Deck, but I don't. I'm so ignorant on Steam Deck pricing now. I don't know how that works. Like, I'm not a PC gamer. I never have been. So, I mean, I have PC games. I've played PC games, but I'm not like, I don't have a PC game system anymore. And so going to the handheld, I'm like, oh, I don't, there's a learning curve for that. And plus, the big thing about the Switch is this, like I can take these off and use these, as I said, in bed. That's going to be the important thing. Anyways, it's 2 hours I've been doing this. I got to post something for Dreamcast Day. Anyways, thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. Ark, thank you so much for the Neo Geo Pocket stuff. Sorry, Hyper Neo Geo? Super Neo Geo. Super Pocket Neo Geo from Hyper. Appreciate it. Anyways, everyone, thank you all for joining. I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye. Did I lose it? And now. I did. Thanks for going live. Oh, 23 viewers on TikTok. 23.